Yeah, so hello, Jana. You just came back 2 months ago from your first retreat with Mindo and Leon, right? You met them for the first time.
Yes, that's right. 2 months, eh? That's gone by really, really quick. Um, yeah, it was first time on a retreat, online, real live retreat. Never done any retreats like that before, and the very first time meeting Mindo, Leon, and everyone else. So, yeah, very first time for lots of firsts in there.
Yeah, how did you feel when you arrived in Nepal and you met all the people at the dinner table and Mindo and Leon?
Yeah, so I was trying to go without any expectations. I didn't know what to expect from a retreat. I've um I've met Mindo and Leon on satsangs, and I had one session with Leon before that. So not in a live, but I had met them well through the technology in this modern day and age. It felt like I don't know, not quite like I couldn't call it an interview, but I remember being there in a hotel Tibet, and it's like, okay, so there is a pre-retreat dinner. Everyone else is going to be joining. So would you like to join as well? I was with Chris, my brother, just arrived actually. It was straight from a flight. Put your bags away and let's go to this pre-retreat dinner. I was like, okay, right, yeah, it's fine. Let's go do it. Um, yep, yeah, and I was trying to be nice. Well, be nice, give everyone hugs, and everyone was ever so welcoming. And I think I gave a Mindo a cuddle as well, but I didn't know you were supposed to do that or not supposed to do that. So it was like, okay, we're gonna do this now. Well, we did it, and so yeah, it was maybe a little bit awkward, but I think those things are like that when you're on, like when you haven't met anyone before, and all of a sudden there is a lot of new people around you, it can be quite tricky situation. But yeah, I thought it went well. Everyone was ever so welcoming and sweet and warm that it helped to melt the ice. Yep.
And yeah, how did you experience the sessions, the transmissions?
Oh, the transmission sessions during the retreat. I I have got a tendency to drift off in the sessions, not during all sessions. The normal day-to-day sessions are fine, but in a retreat, I don't know what was it about it that I'm like I'm following, and then all of a sudden I'm not following anymore. So it may be because it felt like way more powerful in the real life, in the present. So could be that I had to kind of switch off to be able to absorb what was coming the way. Um, But otherwise, yeah, the bits I was aware of, they were all wonderful. And as the retreat progressed, I had kind of adjusted and got used to them. So there was actually a few sessions that I was present, all of them. Um, very interesting space, very interesting, special presence. And that room, even the room that we were in, the very first hotel Tibet, it's just got such a lovely being about it that you just want to go and sit in there quietly, even between the transmission sessions. um yeah, so sessions were something else, out of this world. Very, very, very knowledgeable. I really enjoyed having all the documentation to come with it, like supporting information sheets that you could take home and read through them all. Because being quite new to it, there was a lot of new information um, coming. Yeah, I kind of wish I would have read Mindo's book before the retreat because I'm halfway through it now, but there is a a lot of lovely data there that would have prepared me maybe better. But it was what it was. It was meant to be like that. So yeah, that,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So you just mentioned you are quite new. It's quite new for you, right? You just stepped into this whole field just recently, and then you went on the retreat.
yeah, not just any retreat, like the full on big retreat. I don't like. I remember deciding about it. I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. Chris and I were talking about it because last year he went to India, and I was like, well, this sounds cool. But I was literally what 2 months in the sessions. I thought I definitely can't go after having 2 months of exposure to all this lovely world. But at that point, I was like, okay, I think next year maybe I could. And yeah, so when Nepal's retreat got advertised, I was like, yeah, this is it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go. So I just emailed the Divine Marga email saying, "Oh, yeah, I'm practicing with my brother, but I would like to I would like to come to the retreat."
Yeah, yeah. You just jumped into it fully. Yeah, that's
Fully,
mm,
yeah, like because and why not? And a completely the best decision ever. It's there is not enough words to describe how amazing the experience was. It wasn't all roses, like, it exposes different parts of your being, um, parts that you kind of I wasn't aware of things. So first few days were quite tough. Like there were things coming up that I didn't realize the cause of them, or why all of a sudden am I feeling this certain way? Why am I wanting to spend all day crying, for example, where actually there is nothing to cry about really, but I just feel like it. But yeah, that was first few days, and thankfully I had Chris. I was sharing room with my brother during a retreat, so I could talk to him all the time, and he helped me a lot to decode the what was going on. Yeah, so that helped me got through. And apart from my brother, also everyone else, it was wonderful to see how open everyone was. Yeah, you don't get that quite as much in outside of a retreat where you actually have a genuinely open conversation with people who, well, I've just met in person. I've never met them before, and then all of a sudden you can just sit by the table, have your breakfast and cup of tea, and actually open up about your deepest fears, about the struggles you're going through, and they help you. They talk back at you and help you to decode the information again, to help you. They share their experiences so you don't feel like you're on your own going through this. Um, so yeah, that was wonderful. It was one of the best things is how open and lovely everyone was, and how open you could be with them without even thinking about it. There was no thought. There wasn't, oh, I'm not gonna talk about this because we've just met those people. It it didn't even cross a mind. You just open your heart and you say whatever is bugging you or whatever you're dealing with at that moment, and you know you're going to receive back the support that you need at that exact moment. So yeah, that was one of the biggest magics about the retreat.
mm, yeah. Oh, that's so true. Yeah, the community, the group, we support each other, and everybody went through quite some things during the retreat. But yeah, being there for each other, and yeah, it helped so much. Mm.
100%. There is no judging, nothing. If you just feel like, you know what, I just gonna be on my own today. I just want to go for a walk. No one's going to be like, there's no peer pressure, which is wonderful. There's no, oh no, but we're going to do this. Well, why don't you come with us? Why don't you? Why don't you? Why, how about trying to decide on your behalf? That's a thing. That's what I feel like society here outside the retreat do. They try to put their thoughts and their experiences and what they believe is best on you, where in a retreat, no one's doing that. You're like, okay, well, if you need to take a moment, you go take a moment, and everyone is okay about it. Yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
Another thing that sprung back to me is like how quickly, because 2 weeks is blink of a period, isn't it? It's no time at all. What a lovely friendships you can form in such a short period of time. Um, Genuinely could call every single person there. You could say, do you know what? I would be proud to call you my friend. You are my friend now, and I feel like I've known you for forever. Where it doesn't, I don't know, it hasn't happened to me like that outside of retreat.
Yes. Yes. I fully understand. That's so, so beautiful. Yeah. It's really like more than a family even. Yeah.
Yeah, it's you just there is that connection, some sort of deep connection that you just feel for this group and everyone that it's just magical. It really is magical. And you think, well, why can't we just be like that? Why can't everyone? It would be so sweet if absolutely everyone in the world would be like that. So yeah, that was eye-opening. Mhm.
Yeah. And you mentioned it was not all roses, so you also went through some processes. Um,
Yeah, went through processes 100%. I went through I mentioned to Mindo on one of the last sessions where we were talking. I spent 2 days thinking Mindo didn't like me, and and I remember talking to Chris about it, and he's like, "Well, don't you think that Mindo is past it? Like he's above not liking someone?" I'm like, "Ah, now you say that, yeah, I guess so. I guess he is." And he's like, well, what do you think could it be? Like he's Ginda's quite good at showing you what you need to see at that exact moment. And I was like, okay, right, that makes sense. Back to the point that it was really helpful talking to him. He was helping me to decode what's going on. Um, yeah, so what was the message? What I was seeing in that at that time. I dealt with it because I realized that what you actually feel and see at that moment might not be what actually is going on. Um, and it wasn't just Mindo, it was other people in during the retreat as well that triggered inner reactions. And it's like, well, I don't understand why am I feeling like this about in this situation with a certain person or certain people. So it was, yeah, it's like interesting to sit with yourself afterwards and look inside to try to understand what is it that I've been shown at that moment. And that's the thing that I took back after the retreat is actually see what the situation is presenting you and then try to understand it why instead of jumping at whatever surface thinking, oh yeah, this is a real deal. I don't like that person. That's it. I don't like them because they're XYZ, but actually think, well, what is actually going on here?
yeah. Yeah. What is it in me that presents itself here? Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So working with yourself through the other people, that was something that was emphasized, and I've taken it home in my day-to-day life, actually, trying to keep it going because it's such a valuable skill to be able to do that. not to let your emotions take over, but actually, okay, cool, I'm just going to pause here a little bit and take a moment to see what is it. It's not easy. It's so not easy, like especially at work where things are happening. Like I work with a few people in the commercial world that do commercial things and trying not to get upset about it or take things personally, to try to use the same approach we've learned or I've learned on a retreat. But at least I'm trying, where before that I would be getting carried away and get angry, upset, and hold grudge for days probably towards this person, where actually we've learned that it's just a mirror. It's showing you things. So look inside more. So there is that. There is that thing.
Mm. Yeah. And was there like any special moment you still remember, like with Mindo or Leon during a session, or some insights you got?
The initiation was special. The initiation transmission session, it was just out of this world completely. The energies, the aura, the strength of that session, it was just mind blowing. It was, yeah, becoming a officially part of a family, knowing that they they're gonna represent me and look after my soul. It was a special moment.
Do you remember this one trip we did in Nagakot? We walked over this bridge and yeah, we went to the waterfall, and later on we saw Mindo sitting with this wooden stick. Do you have any memories, any special memories on this day?
It was a wonderful day. It was absolutely beautiful day. Probably one of the, if not the most memorable day. It's nature. Being close to nature is one thing. It was beautiful. It was beautiful to see how the friends were challenging their fears as well, because we were crossing this big bridge, and not everyone was comfortable with the heights. So, very proud moment for absolutely everyone who managed to face their challenges. And then coming back, yes, as you said, we saw the Minder just sat there with the with the big shepherd's walking stick, and then it started raining. And what I can remember about that rain was special for me, because we were approaching the bus, and I was like, do you know what? This feels good. I just want to stand here in this rain and just just enjoy it. And then until later on, when Linda actually said, you know what, this rain was special. It was something that was part of the experience he was having that day. I was like, wow, isn't that interesting how it felt special? It actually felt special here in my heart as well at that moment. And it was confirmed officially by Mindo that it was a special moment. So it was a connection there made with the nature and Mindo himself. So yeah, the rain, out of all of it, the rain was gave a magical feeling.
Yeah. And later on, Mindo announced that they, yeah, will create an ashram, build an ashram in Nagakot. How did you feel
Yes.
about that?
Oh, it's beautiful. Like, I don't think I could have chosen any other place. It felt inviting and warm, somewhere that you would just want to be. Like, just, yeah, that's I could see myself being. The I went for a walk one day in Nagakot, and there was a shepherd just walking and with his herd of goats. And I thought, you know what? It's so wonderful, just being here and looking after your lovely goats, walking the mountains, and no pressure of the outside world or the problems that are created in a society that we live on, they just don't exist there. So it feels lighter because there is no pressure of the no pressure for anything. So I was sat there watching the shepherd thinking, do you know what? I admire this. I could be here, just could be here and do that and connect with everything, with the nature, with the calmness that place brings, and to have an ashram in such a wonderful surroundings. It's beautiful. Yeah, what a beautiful announcement, beautiful decision. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this is gonna plan out. Just gonna say that I probably am not ready to become a shepherd yet, like in Shepherd in Nagakot, but there was a lot I took from that, just to see how laid back people are and how they have prioritized different things. It's all about the priorities, what we set in our lives. And my priorities at the moment are completely opposite to this shepherd who's made his choices and is enjoying life there. But as I said, I wouldn't become a shepherd yet, but I'm trying to change a few things, one thing at a time, to get there, to to get more to the peaceful life without stressing or worrying too much about outside world and things it brings with it. So yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. How did your life, your outlooking on life change since the retreat or since you do this work of the levels of consciousness?
Well, I came back from a retreat. I remember landing in a Heathrow airport and just sitting in a coach because I had to catch a coach from, it was a 2 hour journey from Heathrow. I think this is just, I just feel like completely different. Like, I know that during a retreat, Mindo Lyonne said, "Oh, you're just going to be version point two or something inserted back." But at that point, it didn't. Okay, yeah, it didn't click. But actually, sitting on that coach from the airport coming back, it was like I genuinely feel like completely different person, different being. There is everything inside of me has got different views on surroundings, whatever is happening around. The coach driver is different. Everything is just somehow, I don't know how, but it is, yeah, like a different version. A download of some information, upgraded point two, so you're back. And I I that stuck with me for a very significant period of time. I was thinking, this is it. This is never going to change. I'm never going to go back. To start with, I'm like, oh, please don't change. Please stay this version and don't change. I don't had a little fear actually of it wearing off and jumping back to what it was before, but nothing happened. Nothing was changing. I was like, oh, this is great. Leon messaged me like few weeks later. How are you getting on? I was like, everything is wonderful. I'm like still living on the high and riding riding the waves and like still. And then it took a time. I think I was just coming out of it, like month and a half after. I think I hit like little challenges were starting to come out, and the novelty of the retreat space maybe was not starting to wear off, but I wasn't like in the clouds anymore. But we got through it. Um, got through it. Spoke to Chris again. He's been helpful as always to say, well, yeah, actually, do you know what? Everyone has got the post retreat things to deal with. And again, it was nice to hear that other people are dealing with it as well, that you're not on your own. It's not like just me all of a sudden going through the tricky periods. And yeah, so that helped. And now I'm kind of out of it. I'm not in the same place as I was in a retreat or post-retreat experience, but I'm also not in a lower period of where things are seeming very challenging. But I think I'm settled now. My version point two has settled to what I actually can, where I stabilized and what I can maintain. And I still can say that a lot of things from retreat have stuck. They haven't gone anywhere. And I've got the different outlook, and I'm trying to remember what we've learned and apply it to everyday life, in the family life, talking and dealing with children and husband and work and myself. So yeah, up, down, settled. So yeah, that's where I am at the moment.
Yeah, that's amazing. What would you tell someone who thinks about joining a retreat, who never joined one and who considers to do it?
Just do it. Just do it. What are you thinking about? Just do it. Yeah, if you're already thinking about it, then I think you made the decision already. So even a thought about it, oh, do you know what? It would be nice. Yeah, maybe. You're thinking about it already. So just why don't you just listen to that little thing inside you that's already telling you, how about? And yeah, get in tune with that and just sign up. You definitely won't regret it. There is so many learnings to be taken from it. It's wonderful.
Yes. And do you have any, yeah, any final words you like to share about Mindo or Lyon, Premananda?
It's fascinating to see how much love there flows from Leon and Mindo. Um, it just doesn't stop, like, and it just keeps giving, and love and kindness. And for me, the love is what I really needed. Was lacking in myself, or whatever. That's my personal dealings, what I've gone through. But accepting love was hard for me. Um, so to see it in such abundance in Leon is it's healing, and being in her presence for that was very, very beneficial for my little soul. Um, Mindo cracks me up. He's funny. He's a funny guy in this life. So I love his sense of humor, and even at the beginning where he seemed, let's not say not approachable, but I didn't know how to approach him because he's sitting up there, like very high. He's Minder. So what can I, it felt like, well, what can I go and talk to you about? Can I talk to you about anything? Are you interested in anything I have to say? And even when he's like, so, how are you? I was like, "Ah, what's the right thing to say here? I don't know. What does he want to hear? Like, is he interested if I tell him something? Is he going to be interesting?" So there was definitely the thing where I was like, well, I don't know, I probably kind of want to impress him, but I don't want to impress him at the same time. Can I, if I say something, is it going to be wrong thing to say or not? Um, but after retreat, I something opened up, and I feel so much more comfortable, and he's so much more approachable in for me personally. So it feels like we've got a connection, and it's a wonderful connection, and I can't wait to see where it takes us with both of them in next few years. Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, thank you so much, dear Jana.
Thank you, lovely Aniki. It's been a pleasure doing this with you. Yeah, friends and connections is definitely a big thing to bring back from a retreat. And to have so many friends now in so different countries, isn't that wonderful? It's like, wow, I could go to America to see Betty. I could go to Germany, meet Aniki. And I know that's like, you genuinely know that you would be welcomed and be nice to spend time. So yeah, so that network is just going to be growing. And yeah, it's wonderful.